This is, of course, your neighborhood news squirrel here, Salvi the Blue Squirrel, who isn't really blue, but that's not here or there. We're going to be talking about some news today, and of course, these are all going to be my opinions. And if you like my opinions and you like what you see, comment down below, like, subscribe, all that fancy stuff that YouTube does. And if you want to watch me on Twitch, I'm the_mad_Salvi on Twitch there as well. Thank you. Esila, or Esila Shephield, is a sheep VTuber who right now is in the news because of a little bit of an announcement that she had to make to her community. She is not going to be able to stream anymore. According to this announcement on April 27, 2025, she's going to no longer be streaming. We'll be moving soon after, and the circumstances after moving will not allow me to stream. These circumstances could potentially be temporary, but there is no certainty that it will be. My final stream for the time being will be held on April 26th, our first anniversary. And the circumstances allowed it, then I would never leave you. Unfortunately, they just don't right now. The past year we spent together has been wonderful, no matter what our future looks like, whether it will be together or apart. I will always look back upon the times we've had fondly. I will always love and appreciate you more than I'll ever be able to express to you. Do note that my departure could be temporary. It is 100% in my hands to work hard to be able to come back to you. So I'll do whatever I can to make it happen. Let's not let this goodbye be goodbye forever. Now, when it comes to these situations, of course, this is where the rat comes in. Rat warning, RRIT. You know, my assumptions warning. This could be a place where she's going to be is not allowing any kind of streaming. It doesn't allow too much noise. There may be a bad internet connection. There may be no internet connection. There may be things like that brought on by money reasons, brought on by other personal reasons. We don't know where she's going to be. Could be many things. I'm not going to assume the worst of hospital or anything like that. I'm just going to assume that sometimes when you move into an apartment, when you move into a new place, they have strict no noise rules after certain hours, and maybe the hours that she streams are not going to be the hours that she's going to be able to make any noise. That type of stuff is more what I'm going for. So I do wish her the best, and her community, of course, it sucks for them. It absolutely sucks for them, but I do hope that they will be able to see her soon after this. You know, whether it be a couple of months, a year, whatever. But I do hope she does get the chance to come back. Known for her jokes, Scarle Yonaguni is known for being a bit of a trickster and a bit of just, she does some wild stuff. And of course, as I've said before, it doesn't matter about the VTuber itself unless they've actually done something to be very horrible to someone else. Scarle has not been like that. Scarle's actually been trying to stay away from a lot of the drama. She actually has stayed away from the large amounts of the drama that's been going on, especially the big one that happened last year with Selene. So she's been pretty clean with all this stuff. Now she has this. Someone has put her acrylic near their area, and for some reason, 24 hours, I think she lost a bet. I think she absolutely lost a bet. And she says, Mana-chan, please avert your eyes for the next 24 hours. Thank you. Ben, I can hear the hehe loudly. How are you more manly than Haka, not to cowardly and crop? Cause mama didn't raise no bish. Ben strikes again. Based on a serious note, thank you and sorry. Love your content, Scarle. So apparently, they lost a bet with Ben. It looks like they absolutely lost a bet with Ben. And they were made to put this in there for 24 hours. Either that or they paid their full way. Because yes, it says Ben strikes again. It says no way, he did it again. So that's your actual height. Bro is fearing for his life in that photo. At Scarle moving at that speed of sound with the actual F. Who suggested this PFP? What is going on? What is the PFP? Why did you change your PFP? And it says it didn't get suggested. It won the most likes. Ah, okay. One with the most likes, and the reason will make my profile pic. So Ben got it for the most likes. So that is the solution there. I thought I was losing a bet, but there we go. The actual reply is in the responses there. The actual answer is in the replies, as it always is. They got that for 24 hours. It's going to be the profile pic. So that's lovely. And it says, I showed you my Scarle. Please respond. It says, was busy seeing your Scarle. We'll respond with Scarle soon. Hey, bro. Nice sock. Sup. And then, of course, I showed you my banana. I showed you my Yona plush. Please negotiate for me. She won't let me leave the house. Got any Scarles in your phone? And then I showed you this game. And then, of course, yeah. What? And, of course, you have this here of IMF from Hololive. Just looking at her phone. Kind of weird. But, yes. this is something that Scarle would do, and it is something that is very much a Scarle thing. So, of course, it's going to be there for 24 hours. Enjoy it while you can. And by the time you've seen this, it's probably gone. But at the very least, enjoy the seeing it, and, you know, actually seeing is believing. So enjoy seeing it when you could on this little channel here. In these dark times of the Nintendo Switch being so expensive and the games being $80 to $90, we want a little bit of levity here, which is on the left. Here, Oshi's plushie. This is, I believe, Vestia Zeta from Hololive, but it doesn't matter. It's just your Oshi's plushie. It says cost more than $400. Nope, but the Nintendo Switch does. Looks really cute. Very head-patable. Makes you happy when you see it. Might blank you in your sleep. The Oshis will do that. Will break if yeeted. The Oshis are forever strong. The Oshis are forever. They will never, never, never be broken. You can yeet it 1,000 miles and it will not be broken. Now, Nintendo Switch, you probably drop it and like a couple of inches and it'll freaking break. And there goes your $450 machine that has broken. So yeah, it is, in these dark times, we do need a little bit of laugh, and there you go. That's a little bit of a meme here for you guys. It is not a well-kept secret as to who Dooby is and who Dooby was, but I will keep it a secret here. Those of you who know. But of course, let's take a look at this. Of course, first you may have been old lady.
Well, shouldn't I pick something that's kind of similar and then we'll be? I'm still a young adult, so. Well, the bowl cut. Dun, 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 dun.
Like it has, like it said.
Whoa, can I show that?
Can she do that?
Am I allowed to? Am I gonna? This looks. I feel like this already looks cute. Do I have any hair that's like my hair with the bang in the middle? What do you guys think so far? Hold on, let me change the hair color. I'll make it a little bit more accurate. I feel like blonde is always just a really tough color for the game, for games to get right.
It can be, yes. Oh god, you're mewing.
Check this out. Now I just have to fix like the outfit. I don't know. I guess I'm satisfied with the face. It's kind of cute, right? It looks a little pale. Like I need makeup though. I don't know.
Like see, it has a 3D, the full 3D.
I don't think this dancing works right now since I'm using mocap, so it's just like it's just
it's just awkward.
Ooh. Okay, but there's like other stuff like. Oh, she's dead. I just did a flip. It kind of worked. Yeah, I could go with my normal coat I haven't worn in a while. At school, I have to go to school.
No. Uh-oh.
Cool. Okay, this is nice. Okay, but I have an
Detective Dooby.
idea
Oh,
for
wait
this.
a minute. I've seen that before.
Wait.
I've seen that before. I've seen that one before.
All right. Only. Ooh, this looks nice already. I'll just leave it like this. Psych. Check this out. Matching.
Matching.
Hey, it's me. Hi. I think I can add a tail if I just. Yay!
Tail added.
We finished. Finally. Why am I lagging? Watch the game crash as soon as I'm done. Okay, nope. I can't spend time celebrating. It's gonna get messed up.
Yes, she has to say it first. It's like Obama giving Obama a medal meme. Yes, pretty much. It is pretty much that. It's pretty much Obama giving Obama a medal meme. It is Dooby giving themselves a Dooby meme thingy. And oh my lordy up above, she is, of course, going to get a lot of people like, I know this one. It's, of course, the Dooby detective. You know Dooby was a detective, too. Trained people have to be detectives sometimes to figure out where the lost things belong and all that kind of stuff. Of course. Hizaki Gamma is in the news today, but not for what the reasons that you think. Of course, they were terminated a bit ago from Holostars JP, and they were a part of Uproar as well. The reasons why, as far as I know, it may have been like an NDA situation, but this is neither here nor there for the story. I just want to give you a bit of background as to why I'm talking about this next person. Next person is Matsun Art, which is the person who was Hizaki Gamma. They are doing their own thing. Of course, they are doing their own stuff online and, of course, on YouTube. They have their stuff here. From what you can tell, they already have 72.3k subscribers. They're getting good views, based on what they do. They're getting pretty good views. And hopefully, since they are doing more of their art stuff, they're focusing more on their art stuff. Hopefully they can get something going on with, you know, maybe a publisher or something like that. I do believe they do art and manga, maybe, things like that. Let's take a look at one of the things that they've done recently, just so you guys can get an idea of what they do, in case if you want to watch them. This is stuff that they're doing. This is the kind of art that they do. They're, of course, doing their own art, which is amazing. I am not good at any kind of art, so them doing all of this stuff, and, of course, showing from the very beginning stages of it, is pretty amazing. And, of course, people are very excited to have them still around, to have them still in the community, and that is the main thing. They didn't leave. That, you know, of course, it's unfortunate for the situation that happened. It's unfortunate that things went the way that they did, because they were a good member of Holostars, and because, you know, it's hard to get into a place like Holostars, and it's hard to be a part of it. Sometimes things happen, and, you know, if you're used to being an indie where you can say what you want to say and you are your own NDA, it can be hard to be under an NDA after that. This is just my assumption, of course, because we do not know. We do know, though, that when he was terminated as his previous person, he was able to put out a, you know, message to his community. So that makes me think it wasn't like, oh my god, he did something horrible. That's what makes me think it might have been like what happened to Yozo Ramel, where there was some NDA stuff that maybe he didn't understand correctly, and it happened there. So that's what I'm thinking on that part. But, of course, that is my assumption. But still, very, very glad to see that they are doing their own stuff here, that Matsuen Art has been recovering, and they have over 70,000 subscribers. The Twinkle Dogs came and went. The very famous, very well-known, and very beloved idol group created by Maid Mint, the Twinkle Dogs. And of course, we have right here Omar Majid with their art. They do amazing art. I'm very glad that they're part of the community. Let's take a look at this here. This is where she started out. I want to give you guys a little bit of rundown of what it was. Here's where she started out.
2020 is a long year, huh? And, sorry, serious. Well, I would still like to keep haunting your everyday lives and, you know, continue stealing all your life force, that sweet, sweet life force. I also felt it was time for me to branch out into a new avenue. And so, I would like to extend my talents into something I feel is very passionate to me. And that's idols, baby! Woo, woo, woo!
And there we go.
My one-liner is, actually, I'm the one that stole your heart. Yeah.
So this is one of their members here.
Hope you enjoyed my debut.
There you go. That's one of them there.
Thanks.
Here's the next one.
Yep, and I'm your DILF of the group. Let me show you my...
Very professional. Very wow. Very much wow. This is their stuff. This is their debut.
My schedule. Perpetually stuck in the actually pose. Because I'm the ghost of future nerd. Whoa.
There you go.
Anyway,
Mr. Buff Boy.
Sheba says, thanks for coming to my debut. Enjoy the rest of the debuts. Bye.
And that is of course
I
other
applied
things
to,
here.
I was an indie VTuber and I applied to be a part of a company, and I actually don't really know how I got here.
No one does. No one does. There we go. Let's go
Guys,
here.
please. I don't
It's a
know.
schedule.
I don't know how else to reach you. I don't know. Hold on. I'm just gonna get rid of the PowerPoint. I don't know how else to reach.
V2 Duck. VTuber Duck. VTuber Duck. Subaru, you have competition. Subaru, no, you have competition. Shuba Duck has competition now. And there we go.
Well, everyone, how did you enjoy their debuts? Yes, yes.
Now it's time for the
yes.
graduation.
Like I said. Cute. Cute. Wait, make you cute. Make you cute. Friday night. Okay, they worked very hard on it, and so did I. Thank you very much, everybody. You can head or scratch my bum.
It's a cute Friday, whoops, suddenly it's Sunday. Where did the days go? I can't keep track anymore. You know what they...
This is a banger. This is a hit. It's going to be top of the charts. We all know it. But you gotta love it. You gotta love that Mint did something like this. And yes, I may have spent way too much time on this part, but I just find it funny. I love these parts. Spade Echo was a VTuber from the now very defunct, very much gone Hololive CN, Hololive China. It had the whole thing in 2020 with the Taiwan incident. Basically, Kiryu Koko and Hachama put out their metrics or looked at their metrics, and one of them had Taiwan as a separate country, because here in the West, we see Taiwan as a separate nation. We don't see it as the one China policy or any of that kind of stuff. It is what it is. Of course, you can see it one way or the other. That is your prerogative. I'm just going to see it how it is over here, which is, you know, they aren't a wayward province. They're actually their own government, because they have their own government. They have everything. But we're not going to go into that part, because that goes way into politics, etc. So what we're going to talk about is Spade Echo. She was a female Chinese VTuber associated with them. And here we go. The former Hololive CM member explained a few days ago why she left Hololive. The reason why I usually don't put the Kurosanti stuff in here, but the reason why I put it in here is because someone, the OP, the original poster of this, Nanayer Enjoyer, actually put down the translation. I could get you the machine translation, but I believe they did a more actual translation, a more, you know, maybe they're a native speaker, etc. It said, this year's going to be the 5th year of the Yab, of course, as like I mentioned, with the Taiwan that's in it. It's good to archive these bits because, of course, she doesn't have, I don't think she has anybody in YouTube or like Twitter or anything like that. She stays to Billy, so it's kind of hard to get all these things. According to what she says, she was doing her own thing. Stuff was happening rather than participating in it. Yet another indication that Capcom ruined a perfectly good system for Chubas. As it says here, seeing the new Rhythm Heaven game unlocked a fake memory for me, or, you know, bad memory for me in this case. Back at my old job, I used the Wii emulator to stream Rhythm Heaven for a bit. Later, the company told me no emulators, no mods, no patches, including fan translations, no Genshin Impact. So they're talking about, in this case, Hololive. You even had to submit game requests a week in advance for approval. Those restrictions hit Taffy so hard back then. To this day, I become strict no mods gamer. I even rebelled by binge playing Genshin out of spite later. Now, whenever a game drops, or even before it releases, I'm desperate to play it immediately. Then one August, I found out that Bilibili, which is, you know, the Chinese, basically, answer to YouTube, we weren't allowed to stream Nintendo or Capcom games anymore. Just couldn't take those restrictions. I seriously considered quitting. I was so torn up about it that I disappeared for a whole week. But then, out of nowhere, September happened, and suddenly, everything was fair game again. And lately, I've even decided to switch regions for good. Somehow it feels like all of this, every setback, every twist, was leading me here. Who knew a Rhythm Heaven trailer would send Taffy into an existential crisis? So Holo told her no mod games, which is normal because it's a hassle to ask modders for perms. So then developers, if they're cool with that mod and blah blah blah. But the no mods gamer is very weird. But yeah, I mean, here's the thing. In a lot of places, the mods are very much like, I like playing mods. That's one of the advantages of being a VTuber that is indie. You can play mods, you don't have to worry about it, except for if they hit you with the copyright stuff. That's all you have to worry about. Will they hit you with the copyright stuff? Will they do that or not? And that is, of course, a concern that people have. And, you know, now that she's independent, she can do whatever she wants. But she says she had a lot of trouble going with that in an agency, maybe because in China, you know, people really don't have any issues with, you know, piracy or any of that kind of stuff. It's not like a big, oh my God, the sky is falling type of thing. So it probably is, it was a culture shock to her. And, you know, when it's a culture shock, it does make it hard to stay in a company. And, you know, I'm happy that she's doing what she wants. No matter what happened politically or whatever with the whole Hololive thing, Hololive China thing. I'm happy that she's doing what she wants. And that she is able to create the content that she deserves and that she wants herself. And, of course, this is the person Aqua Taffy, or Ace Taffy, who used to be Spade Echo. And, of course, wish the best for them in everything they do. Welcome back, everybody, to the Vtuber Showcase, the place where I like to showcase up-and-coming VTubers of various sizes, shapes, forms, types, everything in between. And today, we're doing this because we want it to be a positive space Yes, there's a lot of negative stuff happening in the news and things like that that I cover, but I want it to be a positive space, at least a little bit of positivity for the VTuber community. Today we're talking about some ex-Hole, A-X-E, YouTube. Hello, yes, I am a human VTuber, not a shapeshifter. And then, of course, here you go. They are, of course, having, Mordor and other things here. Let's take a look at one of their clips that they had.
They would say that they don't know in order for, for the audience to feel like they're not being kept in the dark. But do they truly not know, or are they just amazing actors or actresses? Oh, so you know that I know, so you know that they should know? I believe so, yes. I think so.
Peak yapping. Does a lot better at yapping than I do. Y'all can know this by now. But yes, thank you so much for allowing me to showcase you on my channel, Mr. Not Shapeshifter. There we go. Of course, shifting into different shapes here. Not really. They're human. They never, ever, ever have shapeshifted into anything else. So, of course, thank you so much for allowing me to showcase you on my channel. I do hope this helps you in some way. Thank you so much for watching. That is all the news that we have for today. Please let me know down below if you want to know any more news or if you have any comments regarding anything that you saw here, which I will try my best to respond to. I love seeing your comments down below. Of course, as well, like and subscribe to the channel. That will give you more information every single day. I do 2 videos a day, so hopefully you enjoy.